Welcome back. We are having our second conversation for the morning, and as mentioned, this is our special coverage of meeting the candidates. This morning we are meeting the mayoral candidates in Dangriga, and we have here with us Representative Mayoral Candidate for the United Democratic Party, Hubert Alex Lucas. All the way from Dangriga, also from the coastal road you traveled this morning as well,
right.
yes?
Yeah. That's right.
Beautiful coastal road.
Beautiful. It was very nice. Good morning. My name is Hubert Alex Lucas. I was born in beautiful Dangriga. I was schooled at Holy Ghost Primary and Ecumenical. I migrated to the United States in the mid-80s.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And finished high school in the United States and as well as university.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I enlisted in the Marine Corps. I was an intel officer. After my tenure in the Marine Corps, I worked at Bank of America in home loans. And after that, I went to an intensive in-home agency that provides services for special need youths.
Oh.
After migrating back home, after coming back home to beautiful Dangriga, I worked at the Election and Boundaries as a registration officer. And I served as the ROTC coordinator at the Ministry of National Security in Belmopan.
Okay. And how long did you serve in that position, that ROTC officer?
I served for 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So after all of that extensive experience, a lifetime of experiences, in fact, growing up in Dangriga, moving to the U.S., establishing a career in the U.S., multiple positions in the U.S., coming back to Belize and working in the public sector. Why decide at this juncture in your life to enter the political arena?
Well, I love Dangriga. That's first and foremost. Dangriga have not grown significantly since I left. We have problems with the streets, problem with drainage. The youths don't have a lot of places to play. A lot of playgrounds are missing. I was in an area yesterday in the monument area, and the complaint was that they don't have a park or playground for the kids to play. We have a park right in front of the town council that at night is dark. So the kids, it's become a lover's lane actually. The kids do not have places to play. There's no swing, no seesaw, nothing for them to play with at the parks.
Yeah. And so that perhaps was your concern and has been your concern and your primary motivator for deciding to run for office. There needs to be more development.
Yes. We need more development. We need to create more job opportunities for our people. That's another complaint that the people of Dangriga have. And Dangriga is very beautiful. We have a lot of natural resources. We can invite credible investors to invest in our town.
Now we're going to get a bit later into the conversation, get into how you and your team plan to address those issues. But before we get there, we want to ask, what would you say qualifies you and your team to sit in the position that you guys are vying for?
My education, my experience have qualified myself and my team for the next level to become the representative of Dangriga. Like I said, I served in the United States Marine Corps. I have led civilians and military personnel in peacetime and at war. I have coordinated with other government officials, local leaders, to develop their towns and cities. We, as a Marine, we go to different countries to build their streets, build their drainage, build schools and other office spaces. If I can do that to other countries, I can do that with beautiful Dangriga.
What has those experiences taught you, if anything at all, about a couple of the important qualities that a leader must have?
Well, we have to have an open door policy, right? You got to be able to communicate with your people, listen to your people, the needs of the people. That is very important. It's not about me, it's about our people. Our people are very important. They are our human resources. So if we use our human resources, our natural resources, our people will get what they need.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Lucas, I want to hone in a bit on your campaign as well as your team and what exactly is driving your campaign. Is there a platform that you are using as your campaign? Is there a specific message that you're trying to put out during these campaigns?
Yes, ma'am. Our campaign, our platform is going door to door, meeting and greeting our people, for them to meet us and for us to meet them.
Why did you decide to go that route?
That's the best route to go. I believe that's the best route to go because they get to see you and you get to see them. They get to ask you questions, personal questions, and to look in your face and look in your eyes and see what your response, see and hear what your responses are.
Yeah.
Right? You build a relationship with the people when you go door to door. I'm out every night, every day, every night, greeting and talking to my people to see what their needs are. And we have four basic needs that the people in Dangriga are looking for. They are looking for employment. They are looking for education, assistance with education for the kids, for the youths, proper drainage, and paved streets. Now,
one of the things that is required to fulfill any project or task at the municipal level, you'll guess the word. It's the big F word. Finance. Right. It's a good word and it's a bad word. When it comes to the strategy for financing not only these projects but the municipality on a whole, the council, what is your strategy? What is your council's strategy, if any, has been thought up and planned at this point?
Well, we will get funding from central government, that's one. We will generate funds from taxes. We will also build sister city relationships. We'll build a relationship with foreign government, as well as our local investors that are in our town, so we can provide the necessary needs for our people.
So in terms of central government and taxes, do you imagine that you'll have to have a strategy or an approach to ensure that residents, one, are paying their taxes, and for central government to buy in to the ideas and the projects and the plans that you have for financing?
Yes. Well, we got to give the people incentive for their taxes. You pay your taxes, we'll give you a discount. If you pay it early, the earlier you pay, the more discount you get, right? And you go and you can give them a plan. You give them a payment plan like buying a car.
Yeah.
You have a payment plan. Some people does not make a lot of money, but they still got taxes to pay. So if you make a payment plan, we'll work with them. We'll work with everybody. Now, central government, they are supposed to provide for the council. Now, like I mentioned before, an example with other government, as a Marine, I have the experience where we went to other countries to build streets, roads, and different projects. I will communicate with other government, especially the U.S. military, to come and help us in Dangriga.
When seeking to address the needs of your residents in Dangriga, how will you prioritize your needs, or what will be the priorities if you are to take office, let's say within the first 60 days or within the first 100 days? How will you prioritize those needs?
Well, I'll prioritize the needs by what the people want first of all, right? We'll have town hall meetings where we'll invite the people, and the people who cannot go, we're going to stream it live, right? Where they can call in and ask questions and tell us what they want. Because at the end of the day, we work for the people. We are offering ourselves to the people of Dangriga so that we can and see how best we can serve them.
Yeah.
Let's go back really quickly on some of the concerns that were raised by the residents of Dangriga. Each Tuesday and Thursday each week, we are providing special coverage of the voice of the people in the different municipalities, and this morning was no different. We were able to provide coverage of interviews done by persons in the community of Dangriga, speaking about what their concerns are, what they think is working, and what is definitely not working and needs to be fixed. One of those that were mentioned was a garbage issue, and we also heard a bit about streets. Now, you are saying that you have experience outside of Belize where you are able to get funding and capitalize on the relationships that you were able to create when you were migrated outside of Belize. I want you to speak to the people of Dangriga and share with them how you intend to address these issues and why you are the best fit to do that.
Well, my people of Dangriga, I will be a begging mayor. I will be all over this world soliciting funds for us to create a real culture capital with paved streets, proper drainage, assistance for scholarships, and home for elderly folks, for our senior citizens, I should say. We will solicit funds from organizations and different government from different countries.
Yeah. How daunting of a task is it to, when you hear the cries and the concerns of the people, for example, with the drainage situation and with the situation of the paving of streets, and even the situation where the park is concerned, how daunting of a task does it come off to you, and how practical of an approach do you believe your council can have in establishing, constructing, building these infrastructures?
Well, the reason why a lot of countries are partners with us here in Belize is to see how the best they can help us develop our country. And if we tap into that, into those resources, it will be easier. My team and I are willing and able to present a proposal to these different countries, these different embassies. Invite the ambassadors to Dangriga so that they can walk the streets and talk to our people. And they can tell them what they need and see how best they can help us to get where we need to go.
What are the structures within a council you think are important to establish and maintain its strength in order for a council to function at the level that it's supposed to function? So when you talk about the structure of a council, you have the financial department, you have your streets and drains, you have your garbage department. What are the foundations that a council should have strengthened to ensure that these tasks are carried out?
Accountability and transparency.
Let's get there.
All right?
Let's touch on that.
If you have transparency and accountability, it's easier for someone to help you. Because if I ask you for $100 to buy a pair of shoes, and tomorrow I come back or next week I come back and tell you, man, I need another $100 to buy a pair of shoes, but You go say, I gave you $100 last week to buy a pair of shoes.
But we're a bling bling chain.
Yes. Or I was out partying with $100.
Yeah.
Now, you're gonna look at me and say, man, I gave you last week, I'm not gonna give you this week. But if you see me buy a pair of shoes and I come back and ask you to buy for another $100 to buy a pair to buy a shirt, you saw the shoes, you're gonna say, man, this guy really doing what he said he was gonna do. You won't feel bad giving me the $100 to buy my shirt. And that's the same thing when you soliciting funds from organizations and different countries. And that's what we lack in Belize, transparency and accountability.
Okay. So that for you is at the top of your list in terms of priority, accountability and transparency.
I got another one. What I see in my town council in Dangriga, the lack of the politician or the councillors not doing a job. I don't even know who is responsible for my area where I live. Right? We have to have councillors, working councillors. The mayor cannot do it by himself. Right? That's why my team is together. We can make the change. We can make great change or changes. Because if we work together, we go accomplish the mission. It's teamwork, right? So my councillors will be assigned to different area in Dangriga, and they go report to me and to the people. They cannot be collecting a check and not working.
What do you think that will do? How do you think that will help grow and develop Dangriga?
Because the people go and see their councillors, they go tell them what they need. The councillor go come back and report to me, or say, let me know what the people they need, what the people and the concerns of the they have. I'll go out and assess the situation and fix that issue. Right.
Now, as we wrap up the conversation, as we get closer to the end of this very insightful conversation, I'd like to give you an opportunity to speak directly to Dangriga residents, to share why is it that they should put an X beside your name and that of your councillors come March 6th.
March 6th, I'm asking the people of Dangriga to vote for UDP 7. Reason why? My councillors and I will work hard for you. We will give you every minute of our time. We got the experience and the knowledge on how to get the job done. We want to make Dangriga the culture capital it ought to be, with paved streets, proper drainage, education opportunities, scholarships, mentorships, and take care of the senior citizens. We also want to invite investors to come and invest in our beautiful Dangriga. We have a lot of natural resources. We have a lot of smart people in Dangriga, but we need opportunities. And if you give us the opportunity to serve you, we will accomplish the mission and get the job done.
All right. Mr. Lucas, thank you so much for stopping by with us this morning, sharing with our viewers and the people of Dangriga a bit more about yourself and why you are the man for the job come March 6th. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure was all mine.
Alrighty, we are going to take another quick break, and when we come back, the conversation switches into a bit of celebration. We have the folks from the St. Catherine's Academy to talk to us about their Valentine's Day fair. Stay with us.